Hello.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. Um, Let me open the real quick. All the doors on. Okay, let me check Fiverr real quick. I'll just read the message. So, do you like to look at your overall gameplay analysis? What you need to improve on when you focus on 3v3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What rank are you at the moment? Like peak ranks, that sort of thing.
Right now I'm Diamond 3, pink rank. Peak rank is Champ 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but right now I'm playing pretty bad so far.
Okay. Um, have you got any replays in particular you want to show me?
Uh, I can show you replay. Yeah.
Yeah, can you send that over to me? Do you know how to send replays?
Yeah.
Awesome. Send that over to me and I'll give it a download and we'll go through that to start with. And then it's usually a replay or two, and then depending on how long that takes, and then like more mechanical related stuff, the last 10 minutes or so. Um, there's a few like, improvements that like all players could do. But no, when it comes to speed, efficiency, boost management, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So you can do that towards the end.
All right, these are my two most recent threes games.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'll download these. Mine. No, what's going on? Okay, I think I've got them downloaded. Let me share my game. Okay, can you see my
Yeah.
see everything? Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Cool. Okay, which you know which replay is yours? 3 3, right? These ones, I assume.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll start with the four and lost. Lost has usually got a few more things to cover. Um, yeah, you typically play 3 3 as your main mode.
I do play a lot of twos, but I play in a IGL circuit for threes, so that's what I'm trying to get better at. Twos, I sit pretty consistently around middle of champ two
Okay. Um, you said your peak rank was C2. Cool.
for
Okay, let's
for
get into it then.
yeah, for threes. Yeah.
What would you say your like play style is, if you had to say?
I play kind of conservative. I'm normally staying back at third most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but sometimes I'll get a little. I'll jump the gun sometimes and uh, play a little more fast paced when I feel like we're getting outpaced.
Okay. And how would you describe your mechanics for your rank?
Uh, Probably lacking a little bit. I'm not the best at doing at air control, so I'm not
Hmm.
very good at for lack of
Jumping
better,
to resets,
yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah. For lack of better terms, I'm not a freestyler.
Okay, that's all good. Nice. Just as like a really general technique point, like almost all the time, just avoid going on the wall. It makes your recovery that much slower. Like whenever you're turning any sort of corner, whatever you're doing, I almost always stay away from the wall because your turning radius is just increased. You can't really flip while you're on this.
Right.
Like if something broke nicely, you'd have to drive down and then you could flip. And like these are the micro differences that separate the high ranks and the low ranks.
Hmm.
So it's not a major issue, but I would really just avoid going on the wall there. You
Okay.
try and get the half flip technique perfect so you're ready to turn just before you end up on the wall. That's also terrible from the blue player. That's useless. Like right now, he's just like stranded, right? Like being on the wall like that leaves you a little bit stranded. You
Hmm.
can't flip. You can't like really get any pads. I mean, you suppose you have a wave dash on your side, but if we're talking about like in terms of reaction speeds for like the sort of 50 central, it's just worse.
Hmm.
Here, I would just creep up a little bit. So we go for the big boost, which is fine, obviously on this kickoff. I think anything you want to push up a little bit. So you need to expect your teammate not to like literally lose the ball through him. And even then, we should be pretty confident saving it. So I'd push like this faster. I
Okay.
think we just slow down a little bit too much. So let's grab this boost. Now you're down here. Look, 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 on, bang.
Okay.
So that's what I would maybe say. You want to be playing a little bit more optimistically. Ideally, your teammate would say whether he thinks he's getting beat or whether he thinks he's going to get something.
Hmm.
And again, it's his job to either make this guy make a touch around him, so then again it gets hit into your car because you're here instead of there. So you still be able to say pretty much anything. Or to take a 50, in which case you hopefully step on. Or for him to bump the guy on the ball for Xeto, which again you still get the free ball. So yeah, I think you need to just maybe get a little bit closer than like slowing down like that. Because I reckon if this solo gone and played a little bit better, this would have just resulted in a free ball for him.
Hmm.
So if he waited like here, you'd now be in like a one-on-one. When I think, and I get you would have been a one-on-one either way. But I think if you're here, you can step on and get a really easy challenge. But if you're back here, you might have given a little bit of time to get the ball.
Okay.
Um, it's a bit more. Your teammate gets a pretty useless 50 into the middle of the park. That's a good 50. I go for the big boost here on the left. Right there, I just go for. I'm pretty sure it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it shows up on the replay, but yeah.
No, maybe it isn't actually. Hold on, because it's not been 10 seconds. Did anybody get it? No, no one could have got it actually. Yeah, so it is there. So I personally just grab it because I'm really looking at this Ed Die guy or some type of guy. I'm thinking it's not much out of your route to just nab it, and then you don't only steal this guy's boost, you also force him to rotate deep, right? Which
Hmm.
gives you information as to where he's going, his boost situation. Whereas if he grabs this one, he's got a lot, he can still rotate deep, or now he's got 100, he can now like push up to the play. Which I wouldn't be surprised if he does. Okay, he decides to rotate back, but you just like reduce your options by stealing the boost
Hmm.
um, and yourself would get more boost as well, right? So
Right.
I'd personally just grab it. It's not much out of your line. I think it maybe it makes you go a little bit wider as well. You're looking here, here, here. Now we're here, and then maybe you can go up like this. That I think would be the ideal line. But yeah, it's just about stealing boost to not only make your life good because you've got more boost, but think about what it does to the opposition and
Right.
like their options and whatnot. So I there I'm just thinking, make his life difficult, make my life good. There's no losses. The ball's not dangerous. I can get it. Here again, my teammate's not done anything particularly useful, has he? Could be. Teammate thought we're going to chase this. So try and stay away from the wall. I'd really try and stay away from the wall until we're higher rank because you need to have really good aerial mechanics to recover. So I just would not like. It's not pre-jumping, but it's almost like you're pre-guessing the ball's going to somewhere here. And if it's not here, it goes infield. You've got a long recovery to then drive down the wall and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I would really not go on the wall unless absolutely necessary. I'd wait here and then you like turn this way and look at this distance. And a different scenario, like this distance between you versus me, or like where the camera
Hmm.
is the difference between a goal save, for example. See, now I'm here able to step on versus just again a foot off the pace. So I think yeah, stay away from the wall. It's the same as in the corner. Just makes recoveries more difficult, makes you slower for reactionary decisions.
Okay.
I'm just gonna touch that. Good weight there. I like that. You didn't just dive in. I assume you probably said something.
Yeah.
You said you're touching. So here, I think you want to do what you've done. Maybe parking the brakes a tiny bit early to maybe here, and then you're going to jump like this. And you also got more vision. Whereas if we're like this, look what I can see, versus I can see past the halfway boost here.
Mhm.
Again, absolutely minimal difference, but it means a lot in terms of what we can see in the ball. So this is where you might want to think about positioning a little bit more behind the ball. Give yourself a little bit more vision. So come to this sort of position and think, okay, it's going to be a poor touch. Now I'm here. You try to do a little arc to the left like that. I think that's what you maybe want to start incorporating into your game. Think about getting
Okay.
a little bit more ball side when it's not too dangerous. Because this right here, that touch is never rarely going to go. And even if he shoots it like decently well, I think you can turn and probably save it.
Mhm.
So a tiny little turn to the left here, and now you see everything. And now you'd be like, oh, I've got loads of time. Then you can catch the ball and then play out the wall, play infield, play it right to your teammates. So yeah, being behind the ball gives you more vision. Whereas here, you can't see anything, right?
Mhm.
That's the difference. We can't see. We're doing information, so we just panic a little bit, and then we make a poor touch because we put it back into the corner behind one teammate, and that's just a little bit messy. Good decision to rotate across here. Okay, so this decision's really good. The execution can just be improved. So
Mhm.
nothing wrong with this. I think it's just about discipline. So maybe this is really like playstyle or like how you assess the situation. I be think looking at this and thinking, not too dangerous. I've got time. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rotate wide,
Mhm.
and then hopefully Pip would go here, and I'd still be 100, and I can push up the center. I just think this line here, we get 1, 1.
Right.
So we don't really need the boost in this scenario, but for technique reasons, like I'm never not disciplined with my boost. Even if I've got 80, I'm still taking pad lines, getting it from Nasamiri and whatnot. So I would really consider here, especially in this scenario where you want to leave that one for your teammate. Don't flip so early. Really have a think before you flip. And it's one, flip to the left, and then you land here-ish, and then you can land and go 1, 2, 3, and you're here, okay?
Okay.
So the pad line can be improved, but the thing I'm not too happy about is this turning onto the goal line. The goal line is just a bit useless for us unless we have to make a save. We don't have to make a save here. There's no pads in the goals. We don't really want to default to that as our position. So not only would the pads be better for boost standpoint, you're also coming in wider. So that now I'm here. If that ball goes high, I've now got the option of the backboard. Whereas if I go here, I'd have to go like up here, and then by that time you can get beat quite easily or bumped if you have to go up front post. Whereas if you've got back post again, you also got more vision. If you're
Mhm.
here versus here, I can see all the way into that back corner. Whereas here, um, like you can kind of see the back corner, but you see more, right? You just see
Right.
it again
Right.
in the middle part of the field. I can almost see like the dead center point, but here I can kind of cut off. So it's like that sort of difference. And again, that's a blind spot for the middleman. If Chilwell stays on that ball and is looking for a middleman, you would have information here as to whether you need to go for the middleman or if there's no one there, you can just collect the ball, right?
Right.
But the big thing is to rotate around. Like you got the idea right, which is to rotate across field here, get behind the team, head towards the back post, which is good. Only thing is, I maybe say go wider. And within going wider, we're getting more pads as well. Now we're 100 here, and you got the option of the backboard as well. Try and take a touch here. So this is pretty common in all ranks up to like even GC players do it, to be honest with you. Um, it's just like panic clearing it. It's only for a few reasons. It's because they either not particularly confident on the ball themselves. They don't want to take control. They're too worried they're going to get rushed, tackled, etc.
Mhm.
Option two, they don't think they've got enough boost to do something. Or option three, they think it's the best option, but it's not really. And here, the thing you need to recognize is the blue players are retreating. So ideally, we would have got these pads, right? And I reckon you'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 boost richer, which is 48 boost richer. So you'd be 98, I think, as you come out of the goal. I think you're 50-ish. Yeah. So you'd be 98 coming to here, and now 100 pretty much as you grab that one, or 95 as you hit the ball. And that's where you're really looking to either dodge into the ball like this, so behind him as he goes that way, and now you're playing up the wall with 80 boost, or you're popping it in field if you get better, like you train your mechanics, pop it up, and now you're on air dribble towards the goal, or just a dribble play. Whereas if we're looking at this, right, this guy's currently thinking, oh, I could have to defend a one-on-one play. Oh, this is nice and easy. Well, it should be nice and easy. He makes a bit of a meal of it. But if I'm playing high level and I'm kind of worried about this guy, he can pick up the ball and he can start driving at me. And this guy can't really tackle him. This guy might be able to, but he's really scuffed. So this guy could be driving at me. And I wouldn't want to have to defend him one-on-one. So think how easy this is. It's such a let-off. You're like, oh, nice. Easy. But he makes a meal of it. But what I'm trying to say is clearing the ball like that is a bit of a throwaway. It's just a bit easy for them. We don't want to make their life easier. We want to make their life as difficult as possible. When the mistakes happen, when people are under pressure, they don't want to. They're not getting what they want, right? They're not
Right.
prepared for these situations. So really, here it's you want to take touches you can follow. Because ideally, in 3v3, you want to take a touch where you beat somebody, and then you can stay on for the second 50. And then you've created a positive interaction where you've taken two men out the play for just yourself. In which case, we then get an overload with the two teammates, and then the last man on their team. by creating consistent overloads, you'll gain pressure, gain boost advantages, and gain goals. But this is like we throw away the ball without like taking anybody really out of the game, because realistically, this guy most likely should just catch this ball, grab this boost, and now he's playing out of his own corner, and both his teammates will be coming behind him, and every set they're in a great position. So that's what I'd say. You just need to recognize right here, Childrell's not going for the ball there. Solo's too far away, and either as miles away. So you take a really soft touch here, and then you can bang it. If one rushes you, you can hit it round one. That's fine. But this, we're not under any pressure. It's a bit of a waste. So that's what you want to try and cut out your game. When you're not under pressure, or your teammates aren't like outwardly suffering for a boost, I think you generally want to stay away from clearing it. And if you are going to clear it, hit it at the goal, because then it makes this guy's life so much more difficult because he can't muck up the save. Because if he makes a meal of it like he does here, and it's on target, that might just roll in. So maybe try and shoot it. Or if you did shoot it, then it's unlucky you didn't get on target. But I'd maybe say that you either got to shoot it or aim for this area here, right here, just before the corner, because then they can't bang it away, and it's very difficult to catch the ball on here. Even for SSL, it's very difficult to catch the ball here. Because if they reverse up the wall, then we've got a time like going down, dodging, clearing it, or to catch it and then go up the wall at the same time. It's absolutely nightmare. No one in this game should really be able to do that. So I'd really aim for this sort of danger area, this like right where the not onto the wall of this bit, because it'll bounce out. Well, that can be good actually, to be fair. That can bounce out and be awkward for them, but I'd generally aim here as just general. Aim somewhere around the say. Low wall's good as well, because they can't like get a booming clear. High wall, they can just like clear off the backboard, right? It's really easy. So low wall, right in front of the wall, that's a good spot to aim for. And to be fair, you do get it pretty. In fact, that's why he's kind of panicked himself, because he thinks he's not going to catch the ball. So it's actually a pretty good clear, to be fair. But I think maybe one step further is get on target at that sort of height, and you'll create problems for these teams.
Okay.
Yeah, good boost grab. Just again, see, this is what I mean by taking a touch you can follow. So he doesn't do that well, to be fair. We kind of get limited a bit easily, but he's taken you out of the game. He's still on the ball. You can now take somebody else out of the game, which he doesn't. But if he flicks that guy, he's then taken 2 players out of the game, right? So it's a really good interaction for him. So that's what you want to be trying to do. And it will be risky at the start when your ball control's not there. But at the higher level, it's like all goals and pressure is created from beating players, staying on the ball, and maybe beating another one. That's just how it is. Speed, mechanics, and you use mechanics to do that effectively. This works out in our favor. I would personally try and take a softer touch here.
Okay.
Right here, fake this. Just like drive at it, and then loop to the left, and then try and shoot this here if it doesn't rush. And then I think you score like that. Just because this should be defended. This is like, we haven't really like outclassed them here or done anything great. They've just like, he just completely missed the ball.
Yeah.
Which is led, well, he's passed it to our teammate in center. So I think maybe want to think a little bit more about what you're doing with the ball here, than just hitting off the corner. Hitting off the corner, to be fair, does kind of work at this rank, but when we play higher level players or in your league, the top teams, this strategy won't work, and you will have just like made their life very easy because you've committed into a corner. This guy gets a free clear or possession. In fact, he can catch this ball if he positions here, and now he's going here, and your teammate's wrong-footed, gets the boost, and now he's attacking the goal potentially. So again, it's a bit of a cop out. Lets them off the hook, because this ball is in a dangerous area. I'm thinking, can I fake this and get across it and now try and hook it from here, or play it across goal, or play it somewhat middle for this guy, like I dodge left into the ball like that. But it does work out, so can't fool you. It's just that we get fortunate at the end of the day. He could save that guy didn't have to pass it into the middle. So we don't want to rely on goals from their mistakes. We want to try and generate goals of our own. And that's where beating the players, taking good touches and creating positive interactions comes in. Nice touch, especially if you said you were going to do that. It's really good. It's really smart touch. The only thing is I try and get slightly more distance, but it is very awkward and you get enough of a touch to get it around them. So well played. Here, I'd try and boost downwards. I think you want to like just anticipate that he's going to get onto this. So really good touch here. So extremely high plays to like hit it around. You beat 2 players to be fair, but to play it around a player and give it to your teammate is a high level touch, especially in this sort of scenario. This is very awkward. So this is a really good touch. Now I think you want to be boosting down. Can I get here? Can I get here? Can I get here for the shot like from here? I think that's just the next. That's the level up. You've done like the done 8 out of 10 play. The 9 out of 10 is getting there. The 10 out of 10 plays and like scoring like a double touch or something. I don't know. But you've done a really good play. The way to level it up. The SSL potentially gets down to that. I can score this ball right here because that's a good pass from your teammate. To be fair. Which one is it? Is it NASCAR? No, it's this guy. Pip. He could hit it on the ground as well, but I think this is a nice ball. And if we just landed slightly earlier, already here, up to meet it. That's very difficult to control a camera, but you're shooting from about here, and you've got a decent chance to score. And then you would have worked the goal, right? Maybe try using something like boost head down. I think just fake this, and he'll most likely do that. So don't jump. Just do what exactly you did. Drive at him, and now just turn down the wall, and he'll do this touch. And your teammate should ideally be behind you. I don't know why he's on the wall with you. Ideally, he'd be here, and he gets given the ball, right? But
Right.
you're not up here. You'd already be down to about here by this time. So
Mhm.
that's absolutely huge in terms of our recovery time, because I could already be back by the goal line while you're at the halfway line, and that's huge in terms of time for saves. So generally, unless you really think you've got a really good chance of dunking them, I think don't jump. It's not really worth it because they almost always get it around you because they're in a better, just in a better scenario. They're already up the wall. It's a fortunate touch, to be fair. I don't think he meant that, but
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't commit to those because I think you'll just get given the ball. This guy will just give you the ball. It always give it to you. If he like dodges it round you, he can't really follow the ball, and your teammate will just collect it. But for this guy, the high level play would be is to hit it round with a dodge, then like follow it with like his boost, and then 50 the second guy, and then he's taken two players out of the game, right?
Right.
That's what I want to get into your head, taking these touches you follow and take out two players. And that's where mechanics do come in. That's why I want to get good with air dribbling, because if you can get it over one and then 50 the next one, if your teammate's first to that 50, he just has a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-1. Can't hit your teammate here. He's turtling. Ooh, might just be in. Nope. Shoot this. Or put middle. Yeah. I see here. What's your teammate doing? Let's have a look what he does, to be honest. I'm interested. Oh, how did I miss this? What am I doing? I'm sleeping. It's a swiveling on the goal line. Don't do this. It is you that does that, I think, right? I'm trolling. I can't. No, yeah. Right. So here, you need to see that's quite safe. Just go a little bit wider here, because again, that ball goes high. You don't want to be stranded here. You'll be underneath the ball, and that's a position of weakness. Because if we've got ball cam on, I can't see anything.
Mhm.
Because I'm over here, even with ball cam, you might just see some people name tags if you're looking up, right? Or you
Mhm.
see them jump. But here, you won't see them until the last second. And the aerial straight up is very awkward. So if we're here, we A, see more, and B, we can use that backboard to our advantage. So this is where if it looked really dangerous, I understand going to the goal. But I think maybe you want to look at that and think NASCAR's very. If he gets dunked there, he's just done very poorly because that's easy. The guy's into you just come wider, wait, wider, wider, wait, hold. This is good. This is good. Bang, and then you smash it down the line like that to pipsqueak if he wasn't turtling. But I really rather don't do the swiveling the goal nonsense. I see it so much, and it's such an easy thing to fix because you're A, just stopping yourself getting pads, you're stopping yourself using the backboard, and you're stopping yourself seeing more. Because again, you see slightly less again,
Mhm.
but this blind spot in the center can be essential in different scenarios. And there's no pads in the goal. There's no real reason to be in the goal. And we're going to get underneath the ball in certain scenarios. It's almost always bad. So unless you think you're going to really have to make a sudden save, which I wouldn't look at the situation and think that, try to stay out of the goal. Try and stay mobile. Because if I'm here, it's easy to get 1, 2, 3 if you've got time. And you're back here. Whereas if you're here, you kind of got to drive this way, go around. It's a little bit longer. So I just avoid getting into the goal if you can,
Okay.
for making a save. So here's just really important about what you say you're going to do. If you say you're putting it middle, oh, this is where I wanted to see what NASCAR was saying with that. Yeah, he should be following the center of the field here like this. This could be good. This could be good. This could be good. And then the SSL could probably reach it. So it's quite a hard hit, and it comes at a weird angle from your car. To be fair,
Mhm.
I'm not totally sure you meant to put it right there, but SSL maybe could reach that again if he's here. Um, it's important what you say you want to do because you want to communicate early. So if I'm here, I'm thinking okay, and then here you got to make a decision. You're going to say middle or you're going to shoot. And if you're going to shoot, stick to it. If you're going to put it middle, stick to it. Just do what you're going to say. Do exactly what you say. And then this guy knows what's position. Because then he's like coming middle, and that's slightly slower on the ground to go. I know you have to chip him, but again, different scenario where maybe downstream when you get under him, he can position more appropriately. So just
Mhm.
stick to what you're saying.
Okay.
But you do hit it slightly hard. But I know you have to
Yeah.
get over that first guy. So he can shoot that. It's a weak shot. Just get this mid boost and then turn forwards. Good. Oh, he's trolling. Okay. So I like this is where it's like pays to be passive because right here we're not sure exactly where your position or where that guy is. So
Mm.
here. Now turn to here. Don't go backwards here. Because if this 50 breaks nicely, which kind of does, you can now step on. Look how close I am
Right.
versus back here. Um, So you're right to be hesitant here, but as soon as your teammate regains control of the ball there, we need to have enough faith in him to literally the only thing he needs to not do is lose his 50 straight into our goal. And
Right.
us being here will be fine because if he loses it into the wall, loses it into the sky, we can just turn and protect the net, right?
Hmm.
But here, if it breaks nicely, oh, this is good, this is good. And now look, I'm straight on, pressure, pressure, pressure. I'm in a really good spot for a middle, potentially. But now we're a little bit off the pace, and I hope we maybe get beat here. We don't, but I think it would pay to be a little bit closer.
Gotcha.
So don't default to going really deep.
Basically, be be more trusting in teammates.
Yeah, you've got to have enough faith in them to not literally lose if you straight into goal. And if they do, it's their fault. And I've had arguments with my SSL friends about this, about the duty of the first man. And in my opinion, when I play the game, if my teammate loses the 50 awfully, so it like pinches and goes into our goal, I shouldn't be prepared to cover that like this. That's kind of what you're covering right here, a terrible 50 that goes straight into our goal.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, but nine times out of 10, it's going to be a pretty decent 50 that goes somewhere here. So I'd rather be here rather than that 1 out of 10 that's his fault. If I always had to position for bad 50s, I'd never get up the field. So but some of my SSL friends said, no, you need to be prepared as third man to cover the goal. And I was like, nah, first man needs to not lose the 50 straight into my goal.
Right.
That's literally the only job he has to cover. I don't care if he has to sacrifice the probability of him winning 50. As long as he doesn't lose it into our goal, I'll step on the second man. It's really how you play second slash third. Because right here, you're kind of second man because you're second to the ball,
Hmm.
but you're also the last man on the field. Just like different to just being out and out third man versus out and out second man. Because yeah, you're the last player on the field, but you're also the first person to get onto the ball from the other first man. You're about to be first man, in fact. But yeah, that's actually a really good touch, and this is where your mechanics probably let you down. So this is exactly the sort of touch SSL would make. That touch onto the wall, and now already boost, jump a little bit, drive a little bit more up the wall to here, and now you're jumping out, smashing the ball down center there, which your teammate would be waiting for, and you probably beat this guy. So the touch is fantastic. That's what you want to get good at. Touch is absolutely fantastic, and that's why you want to train your mechanics because you can make this touch, recover, and then touch that ball again, either downwards, you get on top of it, hit it downwards center, or you hit it upwards into the ceiling and it bounces middle, and hopefully the teammate will be waiting. A fantastic first touch, but I think mechanics just let us down, which is fair enough. But that's why we want to practice them, so we can make those touches and get rewarded. Okay, so here, I need to have ball come on. This is like quite an important interaction here about where this guy can be closer to him and he could dunk it again straight into the goal, and you wouldn't know until
So it's already there.
here. And again, even you'd know here, but you couldn't do anything until here.
Yeah.
So you'd know here. So it's useless turning your ball come on mid flip because you can't even recover till here, so it doesn't matter. So really, you're going for the big boost. I'm not the biggest fan of deciding you want a big boost before you really look at the scenario. The better thing to do would be looking at the ball here. I think the SSL would go watching the ball 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as a situation occurs, because I think you hit about here, you're now looking and thinking, oh, I don't really have time to get the big boost. Now it's 5. Wait. And then they try and block this, which is not in. But this is problematic because now you've decided, and if that ball breaks worse, in fact, he would score. You couldn't save that because you're just, again, if you'd gone the pad line, I reckon you'd be here.
Right.
And you just close down the angle just like a little bit more, where you maybe didn't save. So it's kind of problematic deciding, like from here, especially with that ball cam, deciding you're getting the big boost. It's better to get the pads and be wrong about the bad scenario and then have time to get the big boost than it is to be big boost. Oh. To try and erase that out of your game. Just deciding we're going to get a big boost really early. So get pads until you're sure you've got time to get a big boost.
Okay.
Because here you can still recover the situation. But once you're here, you can't recover the situation. You're too far. And this should be a goal for them. Not that it's really our fault. It's originally the first teammate's fault. And then this guy's fault for missing as well. But this is a situation that we could certainly recover by being slightly more on it. And that should be a goal. Like bottom right, top left, anything would go in. As long as I didn't shoot bottom left, anything would go in. Try and get on this. Alright, take a touch. Especially considering your teammate went for the demo here. It goes after that guy. Take a touch.
Okay.
Just try and get it under control, and I'll flick it in that direction. Because if he gets the bump and this ball's travelling in, he might recover, but again, it's at least a better opportunity than like smacking it into the corner again.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that won't work when we play against the better opponents, because this guy, if he sees Ara getting bumped, and he gets free ball here. In fact, he does. Yeah, he does. He doesn't do that well with it, because he kind of dimes up NASCAR, but there's just a bit of a waste. We won't really get anything from it, but I think maybe you had something on by taking a touch here. That's again just composure. You need to think about it like, have I got time here? Get it here. And now if I'm on the ball here, I'm popping this off my car into an edge or a bump where I'm looking for this guy or the guy below, depending on who I think might make the save. again, that's a high level mechanic. The point here is to take try and take your time a little bit more than just heading into the corner. It's a bit of a waste. You can maybe score that, but I think fairly unlikely. So here again, we already decided we're getting a big boost. I don't have a problem with big boosts. It's the fact we decide we're getting a big boost way too early.
Right.
You should be looking at this thinking, can I just break nicely? And now you're turning into a center. 1, 2. You know, you're following a teammate, and now you're still 40 boost, 52. And now you're going to play on the counter. Whereas we're back here. So where we go? So yeah, we leave the play when we're in a good spot.
Right.
So this is really where you get 1, 2, 3, and then you cross here, and you see him. Oh, he goes that way. Okay, maybe I need to play third man. That's your fourth one. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're 100 boost there, and that's how you want to play. And by doing that, we've gone swing pass, swing pass, swing pass. Oh, I need to stay in the play rather than big boost.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have been in the play. Just now look how long it takes to get up into the play. And by that time, we've had to concede the pressure here. We've lost all that pressure that we had going. When I could have had a free ball by being here, we've now lost the ball, and now they're attacking. And we're in an awkward spot. Get a decent 50 here. So that's the difference. It's pads, 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 pads. Oh, I can step in, or pads, pads, pads. Oh, I've got time to get a big boost. Nice. Again, deciding I'm getting a big boost.
Yeah.
Too early. I would not have a problem with this, potentially, if you were looking this entire time, thinking, oh, Pittsburgh's going to win this. But you should be looking there and thinking, uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Granted, oh, it's not even in. 5, 6. And you save this, but you rotate ball side. Which is unfortunate, because that is a strange post bounce. Don't get baited here. Your teammate's already heading into that corner. Just get across. And again, don't drive into the goal here. That would be poor as well, because you'd be swiveling, and then the save might be awkward. You want to rotate wide, because again, you see more, see more, see more. You get a good clear as well, because you clear it that way. Yeah, don't get dragged into the same corner they are. Especially same with the teammate. That's terrible as well. What is he doing? But your teammate's already going here, so just get across, get ball side like you did earlier. Cross the side. Now you're here, now you're here, now you're here. Easy save, bang.
Okay.
Just recognize we're returning. Don't want to drag into the same side. Oh lord, I kicked my monitor cable and it's turned my monitor off. I have a very dodgy monitor cable.
Oh.
It's turning on. Thank the Lord. Is the stream? Does it still work?
This. Yeah. It's working now.
Thank the Lord. Cool. Sorry. Okay. Oh yeah, it's kick off. Okay, kick off. Cool. Let me go for kick off here. Okay, really want to try and flip on kickoff. Eventually, you want to learn the speed flip. And that's something I'd watch a video if I was you. There's so many tutorials out there with controller overlays, and they'll be able to explain it nice and succinctly. Plan on the speed flip, but to start with, you want to at least front flip towards the 50s. We'll see what the other guy does. I'm curious to see what he does. Yeah, I see he does a speed flip, but like even like driving like here, flipping, so then you land here and then 15 is better than just driving, because you'll lose kickoffs just consistently if you don't flip. Okay. So it's really something you want to try and incorporate into your game when you feel confident enough. Just go into free play and practice doing the lines until you get them nice and consistent with a flip. Again, trying to get onto the wall. It's a absolute micro difference to your game, but during this time here, it's very difficult for you to recover and turn that way. It's an extra like half a second to go down and then turn. And again, different scenarios. That half second is a difference maker. And the SSL pros, like their mistakes cost them like fractions of a second, like 0.1 of a second it takes them to turn versus 0.5 of a second. So they get back faster. I don't know if you've been playing against GCs much, but GCs aren't faster. There's no such thing as being a faster player, really, is there? Everybody moves at the same speed. It's all about 90% of speed is about positioning. No, I'd say 50% of speed is positioning, 30% is hesitation, and 20% is reaction time. Like maybe 3 or 4% is like how fast you hit buttons, but other than that, it's like minimal differences. Other than that, it's all about reaction time, hesitation, and positioning. And the SSL just doesn't drive up the wall there, and that gives them more time to get around the field.
Okay.
So just try avoiding the wall if you can. Yeah. And again, have the ball come slightly earlier, and you also know which way you want to turn earlier, so you'd be ready to land instantly and turn like that very minimally going on the wall, or if you already know, having looked at the play, this looks bad, I'm going to turn this way. So that way, and look, now you're coming behind. Oh, in fact, it's not going to go in. Yeah. So in fact, that's literally the fractional difference. That's a perfect example. By going up the wall there, it's not only that, you definitely also could have made it back really easily without that, but a different scenario where you did use like a fast technique to get back, this would have cost us. But this isn't actual cost us. As soon as you're here, you want to speed flip this way, and then you'd make it because this travels supersonic speed. Or maybe you wouldn't make it, and that would be down to our big turning radius over here. So yeah, don't just boost to get supersonic. I need to look at what you did again. Actually, hold on. I'll be trolling. Yeah, I'm not sure we can do that. So you need to realize early, to be honest. You need to be thinking he could miss this. And again, this is his fault for missing this, right? Well, not commonly he's missing it earlier. But we can always recover situations. And this is where already I'm flipping before this slightly. And I think you might be able to make it. And again, with the better turn, or even if you turn the other way, to be honest, let's just track exactly what your path is while I'm watching and think about what I might do. I think I got like this, and now it's here. He's missing. And then you can make it here, I think.
Okay.
I think. Because I think I would turn right, to be honest. I think I would turn right like you did. Because I'm looking at that and thinking that can be good. So I'll turn up the field, but not up the wall. I'd turn like this, and now I'm watching. Oh, he's missing. Then you step on there, or here. Yeah, just avoid the wall. It's just costly. It's not really your friend. No, so using quite a lot of boost to get around the field. Try and incorporate some flips into your game. So here, you want to think about little lines, and here you want to turn slightly earlier. So it's now you flip along this line, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And but instead we go, where do we go? So we get 1 instead of where I think you can get at least 1 to 3, if not this one as well. I don't remember exactly where we came from. Yeah, so if you want to discipline, you could have got this one. If it's not gone, that one might be gone, I'm not sure. But certainly these 3. And then again, that's an extra 24 boost at minimum that we could have had. And that's going to be plus 24 until the next thing. Like here, you're still 70 versus 50. Decent 50. Yeah, good decision. I'd go for that big pad potentially, but this works better, to be honest. I'd fake. It works. Here, I think you maybe want to play it. This would be where you might want to play a little bit more passively, just because of what your teammates are doing. Look at them.
Yeah.
On Earth, and then you do see him come behind you. But I think if you get like a better player, could just dust you to this, and if he shoots it from here, I don't think Pipsqueak would save it. So this is just what you need to be careful. Which one is it that goes to the ball? Yeah, this guy. I think if he's on his game and he shoots from here, I think Pipsqueak turns the wrong way and he'd score. To maybe fake this, I understand going, to be fair. This is pure playstyle. This is one of the things that's not really a right decision, because going for this is fine. The hesitation here is slightly too long, where you could get beat. You do end up beating him, but the hesitation is a little bit much. Then we do end up getting a poorish shot, but it's going to work out. Yeah, don't cross onto that side. Don't go into the goal. Oh no. Okay, so here, I think the line you want to take. Where are we? Here. Get nice and wide. Now you're watching, cross in to this pad. Now back out. So this little darting. So once you're here, you can still dart kind of across in case you're going to cover and go back out like this. Now we'll cross here. Am I going to have to go on the backboard? No. I'm pushing out. Oh, he's going to go. I'm going to go back this way. And now I'm here. And that's a good touch, to be fair, from him. And that might just eliminate you, but that's a good touch. That's how I'd play that scenario, I think. And certainly here, I think you want to back off. You're kind of third man. You've got the best vision. He can't see you, but you can see him, right? Nascar can't see you, so you've got no idea. Whereas you can see him, so you just kind of got to take responsibility on your shoulders and just not go. Peel away. And then you could fake this one if you're expecting that touch. It's a good touch. And then again, you get given the ball here, right?
Right.
But here, it's just like half a second longer. And I think we want to be the person in that ball. And we got good boosts as well. So it would have been better if we had to handle this instead of this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, here is where you're just thinking, you see the guy in the goal, right? So you don't need to cover the goal right now. This is where you might be thinking to look a bit more optimistic. Was this a 50-50-50? Oh no, I'm turning already. Like that. So you're just like preemptively like looking and thinking, okay, this could be good. This could be good. Oh, it is good. Now you're chasing
Okay.
it, chasing. Now you pinch it middle. And in fact, if he turned, he could certainly score that. If this guy might 50, but instead we. I don't have question. I got questions, but it's okay. We can move on. Because this is quite a nice position. You didn't commit. Lots of players either like get baited into here, which then makes that touch really difficult, or they'd already be moving to the wall, which then makes the infield touch really bad. But here you're just kind of like waiting, and now you see the wall touch. And again, I get more behind the ball here. You get more options. You can still blast it off the corner. You also see more, and you can catch the wood play infield. So here, get behind the ball. You've also got more of an infield option here if you want to find pipsqueak or shoot as well. But if you're here, you're only ever going to hit into the corner, and it's really easy to defend because it's obvious what you're doing.
Mm.
You can't do anything else if you're driving at that angle. If we look at this guy's not great. This guy there, it's obvious what you're doing, and they should defend this, which I assume they will. They make a meal of it again, but if you come in from that angle, it's very obvious what you're going to do. Whereas if you just come in from this angle, you can still smack it off the wall, or you can play a square ball, which Solo's kind of covering, but that's also a little bit of an odd position for him, especially seeing as it's kind of obviously doing that. But the only thing I'm trying to say is that when you get up the ranks, heading off the corner doesn't really work. Because A, it's obvious, and B, it's really easy to defend. Yeah, good. Trying to get your teammate back into the game. He's going to get the demo. That's unfortunately it's follow through touch, isn't it? So again, don't try to avoid the wall unless you absolutely need to go on it. And here you don't really need to. Just wait. Where are we? Yeah. Just keep driving along like this. Oh, and now you like maybe backwards challenges. To be honest with you, like backwards challenge it to the left like that, so it goes up the wall instead of going to the right out middle like this. That would be really dangerous. Or you swivel on the wall like this, and now you challenge from here, which it works, but it does work. But it's just when I was looking at this here, this is problematic because right now it's very difficult. It's only because he's really scuffed that he can't get this around you. But otherwise, we would have eliminated ourselves as first man and like not really done anything to help our team. And again, look how much boost we have to use on the wall to accelerate. You can't flip when you're on the wall, right? You can't wave dash. You can't do anything. And there's no pads in the wall, so the wall's just not really our friend. Here you go. This is good touches we can follow. Good. Stay on. He works out. I'd leave this if I was you. Yeah, good cover there. Try and dodge into it.
Okay.
So this is again about taking touch you can follow. Think about what can I follow here? And I think you want to dodge it along this line here. You have to concede the boost, to be honest. As you land here, you now follow the ball up the wall, and now you've stayed on the ball as well. But just by hitting into the corner, it's dangerous. Just dangerous. They've got a very alert third man. Let's see how I play the situation. So he lands here. I'm thinking this could be good. Ooh. Bang. And now pipsqueak. To be honest, I can't say that's a bad sort because obviously there's no one shooting this. Oh, there is somebody shooting this. Oh, but it's not as high. Oh, in fact, they're not going to score? I don't know. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I can't really critique him for being there when this is the guy isn't up already. I don't think he would. He probably would be on the goal line. But still, they would have got a shot off this when we didn't need to give them the shot. We would have stayed on the wall and then been playing out. So really try to avoid hitting off your own corner, especially in the air. It's incredibly dangerous especially against aggressive players. Really try to avoid it. Yeah, and this should have been a goal. In fact, if that was just in the bottom corner, that would have been a goal. And it'd be kind of our fault for putting it in middle, off the corner. It's same with like this is a massive no-no area for clearances. Do not hit the ball like anywhere on my camera right now on the clearance because it will just bounce to here,
Right.
the top of the box. Absolute terror for the goalkeepers. So yeah, those are kind of big no-nos. The corners where it bounces middle, and then the sidewall where it bounces middle are just big no-nos for our clearances and defensive touches. Try and shift this if you can. I think again, this is just a little bit of hesitation. You're waiting a little bit early. I mean, if you're not waiting now, obviously, but like here, it's all the way up to there. I think we wanted to get going in case it was going to be good, and you'd be. Oh, it goes slower than supersonic. Oh, it goes slower than supersonic. I'm trolling. I thought it went supersonic speed. Hold on. Where are we? I can't tell because we take slightly different lines. Yeah, I can't catch up to you actually. You're moving slightly further away from me. Just slightly slower, but not much. But But I think maybe a smart play is to maybe try and chip this. Oh, it's the wall again. No.
Yeah.
So again, fraction of a second, the wall. Look, it costs us by driving up the wall here. Just stay on the ground. Little turn here. Oh, this could be good. And look at this difference.
Mm.
Again, that sort of distance. Bang. Now look, I'm shooting from here instead of there.
Yeah.
And I reckon I fancy myself to put that top right. Yeah. So again, this wall just costs us time, which is absolutely essential.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of it's boiling down to lack of trust on my part, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and this is the right sort of line you want to be taking. Just pad discipline, right?
Right.
1, 2, and then turn to this one. Don't go the whole way around, because now once you've got this one. Oh, I lost control of the world. I'm trolling. Where are we? We're here. I don't think you needed to flip there, but yeah, you're now here.
Easy shot.
You maybe saw that, maybe I don't. In fact, you're going, but again, it's just like you're just a tiny bit off the foot, off the pace, right? Oh, no, that looks questionable. That one's quite obviously hitting the ceiling, and you don't need to jump here. Think about like the you just draw a graph in your head. I don't know if you have a particular affiliation with mathematics or anything, but
Yeah.
you're like traveling horizontally. So why not travel horizontally on the ground where we're getting pads, and then do like a 45-degree vertical increase right at the end? Yeah, you just have to waste boost to travel horizontally in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas to maintain that speed on the ground, you don't have to use anything. You in fact are gaining boost instead of losing boost. So yeah, just have a bit of composure. Don't jump. And also, I think you get onto that in 50 but the big thing is just whenever, just stay on the ground if you're in doubt. Not a bad shot attempt, to be honest. That way, it probably would have been a goal. I can see why you cleared that one, to be honest, because we're kind of coming under pressure. Again, I think the high level play there. So what you've done is fine, nothing wrong with it. I think maybe the only way to improve this play, because I certainly see why you've cleared that, is to try and meet it earlier, flip into it to roll it up the wall, and now we're following up the wall, 1-on-1, or 2-on-1 if NASCAR goes to the bump, right?
Right.
Again, taking touches we can follow. This is a touch we can make a touch we make, and then we chase to put pressure. Not a touch we can really follow to touch the ball again. In fact, we can see the ball, and they're going to score off it. Well, they're going about to, but yeah. I think maybe if we took a touch there, we'd still be in possession of the ball on the wall right now. In a 3-on-1 really, because those guys, yeah, in a 3-on-1. Well, we have the ball here probably, around about here maybe. In which case you just bring it down, or if he does come, you just hit it over him, right? And then 90 minutes got an open goal. So that's why you want to try and keep possession of the ball. Oh, heartbreak. He probably could have defended it slightly better, but not jumping there and staying on the ground, and then you would have had that 30 boost here. And then you have to go for this pad really, because you probably wouldn't have made it. Well, to be fair, if you stayed on the goal line, you would have saved that. But if like the guy did an elevated shot, he wouldn't have stayed on the goal line. So I understand why he went for the pad there. He goes to the block. I mean, it's an unfortunate bounce. It does go up, doesn't it? And Pittsburgh probably maybe could have saved this. Let's have a look at his line. What's that? What's he doing? It's maybe savable. He just does a really weird line. Yeah, it's just a worked goal, but then they have worked this goal, to be honest, haven't they? But as I said, if we kept possession there, we would have probably been the one scoring. Like, our opponents can't score when we've got the ball, right? They shouldn't be scoring. We shouldn't be losing 50s. They go straight into our goal. So when we've got the ball, we shouldn't be conceding. But when we give them the ball, they can certainly attack. Oh, the fat fuck took both boosts, didn't he? Oh, he left the back one. He missed the back one.
Yeah.
Genius. I thought he won both the boosts. Ah, see, nice. He turned to play offensively. I like that. Lots of players would have just gone for the back boost there. But we turned to play offensively. He's really good. Oh, shit. Fuck. I just spilled my water everywhere. Oh, dear.
Rough.
1 moment, please. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Portable chargers absolutely soaked. Oh, all over the desk. Ah, it'll dry out. There's any water in it. Okay. So this cut's okay. The only thing I'd expect is you to just. I'm not stripping on my leg. Is to clear it with your camera. This angle over here, because what I see a lot, even in GC1, GC2, GC3, maybe not GC3, but sorry, GC2, is I'd be a third man here, and I'll see you. Well, might be here, and I'll see you cut like this, which is useless. Because it's much better that I go, potentially win, and you're already middle, than you cut across the field and go, and then have me cut across the field as well.
Right.
Just like you're crossing lines, which doesn't really make sense.
Hmm.
So the fact you do go is fine because he's not here. But maybe I'd like to see you just have a look, or if the guy calmed it, then fair enough. But just clear, like literally flicking your camera. He's not there. Now I'm on meditation. Oh, bang, and then hopefully him, having seen you gone, is now pushing into the middle, and you do actually put the middle ball. So what is this guy doing in the corner? He's on the wall. Look, the wall's going to cost him time as well, isn't it? What's he doing? I marked up the wave deck. Look, he could have been here. In fact, yeah, he would have been the one to go. You should have let him go if he was here. And you would have been middle. Wait, not you. Hold on, I'm getting really confused with the names. There's two people begin with P. So he didn't troll. I think he'd be here, and then yeah, I think you'd see him. To be honest, he'd be in your camera here. Which is you'd let him go, and now you're coming to the middle, and now he dimes you up middle, and you'd be middle. Is what he should have been doing, even though he doesn't do that. Let's see what he should be doing once he screws us up. So he should ideally be down here, coming into the middle, but I think he's probably just hesitating. Well, yeah, he kind of like wants to go, but he sees you go across, but you are right to go because you're closer. But he should be going like this. He wouldn't score that, to be honest, or he shouldn't score that, but it's a good ball. So here, just grab this pad, turn to the left. Oh, here, waiting. It's not panned out well, and that's where you'd want your third man to go. I don't know what he's doing over there. What is going on with my? Oh no. I'm gonna put some on my keyboard. That's why I keep going up and down like this, because control is the one that makes the camera go down.
Yeah, your keyboard's taking control. I can see the buttons changing under flying none.
Yeah, I'm not touching anything. I spilled water. This is the third time I've spilt water on this keyboard. The second time I spilled plant pot water all over it, which like broke it for a day. Right, hopefully it's not really killing, but whatever. Let's hope it's okay. I need a new keyboard anyway, so hopefully it survives. This is really unhelpful. I'm gonna unplug my keyboard. There we go. Easy. Where were we? Here we go. Back a little bit. So again, that's a panic touch right there. He's gonna miss. Yeah. So good pads. This is exactly the right sort of line you want to take, in my opinion. I can continue to this pad, of course. So yeah, it's actually a slight difference. You have gotten this pad, and then you would have seen as well, and you could have got this one as well, and then gone. And then you play it into the wall here. You hopefully land somewhere around here, and the ball bounces up, and now you hit it that way. That's how I think I'd play that situation.
Okay.
You could take a touch, you can follow, and then you clear it by time. That's where you clear it once you've taken the touch to beat somebody. Yeah, I think it's just holding slightly longer on this little 3. 1, 2. Oh, I've got time here. Or even you could maybe catch this and then play up the field if you wanted, but that'd be slightly more risky, of course, as the last man. This would probably be a goal for them, I'd assume. Yeah, not much we can do about that. Yeah. Was a good game. We got a few more minutes. I do the mechanical stuff now. So yeah, speed flipping like this. You see how it keeps the boost port like to the back of the screen. So you transfer all of the boost. That's about all, but all the boost momentum in the direction of travel. That's how I do that. So a few mechanical things. You see when there's a boost here, right? What I see too often is this, like that, which obviously is on the wall. We don't really want that. I think it's much better to flip like this, land like that. So I land like this, as opposed to this. And again, in terms of differences, that's an extra half second right there. And again, that will cost you. It's nice, whether it's going to 50, whatever. And again, if you're going defensively, this works so nicely. Flipping diagonally, so you land onto the wall like this, then you flip out again. Oh, I got like a glitch jump, but yeah, hit into the wall and then out of the wall, and you conserve all your boosts and whatever. So yeah, flip cancelling to land nicely. Same with the back walls. I often see this, which is terrible if you want to get down to the ground, because now it's an awkward jump off, which takes you away from the wall, or it's like a weird spin and like people squat wave like that. It's messy. I think it's better to do like a best of both worlds. So you land like this. Now you're ready to go up the wall with just a 45-degree angle change. We're ready to just jump off like this. Oh, I just got wave dash. Hold it. But you know what I mean? This is like best of both, as covering both. And again, unless you know an area is really high, in which case you would want to land like this, so you're ready to get up as fast as possible. But in situations where it's doubtful and you need to flip, I think landing like this is better, because again, you just drive down really quickly, or you drive up and you continue, right? Flip cancelling, really cool in terms of maintaining your speed. Obviously, wave dashing. I don't know if you know squishy muffins, right?
Yeah.
You know, do you ever see him do his chain wave dashes like this?
Yeah.
So you see how like, the back wheel comes up? I still got a dodge here. You can almost get like a. You see how it looks like I dodge twice there?
Mm-hmm.
That's not really it, to be honest. I don't get it that often, but like there, you don't have to dodge a second time. So you don't have to use your X. Basically, instead of clicking X 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3. That you hit it only 3 times instead of 4, because the back wheel gets popped up from the counter wave dash, and then you dodge instantly. And so it removes the time where you have to jump. So it's super rapid. So for example, in a situation like this, I get supersonic. Oh, God. If I get it right, that is. I can get supersonic with like no boost. I'm getting it horribly wrong. I can't do it. What is going on? I'd be getting crucified. There we go. So yeah, I get supersonic. I don't have to use any boost. Same as well, I'll show you. If I flip out the wall like this, 1, 2, 3, I can only recover here. Versus at the driving speed, I can recover from here. It's an absolutely huge difference from that blue thing all the way up to this orange ring, pretty much. So yeah. Also, if you want to use less boost as well, like I just started recently doing this. If I got 5 boosts without the goal, if I got it right, I would have flipped through 1, 2. But most players, if they had 5 boosts, would. And that actually is much slower, but yeah, it's a cool mechanic. I got like a GIF in the Discord that you can learn it, but it's super quick. Whenever you get stuck on a wall like this, you just do it to get off the wall like that, and see how I get supersonic. No boost. It's really good.
Good.
Yeah. Anything else for mechanical stuff? There's usually one other thing I say. Oh, I don't know how much you practice your aerials. This is a cool challenge. You see this box in the goal, right? For the grass area. Fly from one box, do whatever spins, whatever you want, and you need to slow down so you land in the other box. Not touching the back of the goal, not out the goal, whatever. And if you do that really easily, try flying out the goal, using a flip, and then recovering, and then bring yourself again to land in the box. And then if that's really easy, fly up to the ceiling, get a flip, use the flip, and then again recover. That sort of thing. That practice your areas. Because what I've seen recently, I'd say, yeah, mostly diamond players come to me saying they don't know how to use their directional aerial or whatnot, and then they can do all this flying stuff, absolutely fantastic. When I ask them to fly into the goal, I see this. They just slam into the back of the goal, and it's because people don't know how to slow down, make the boost port work against you like this, so you can slow yourself down, go into the screen like this, because everything becomes a little bit inverted. So it's a really good exercise if you want to practice your aerials, like making yourself slow down. Because you can't edge with a ball, right? If you can't slow down, because you'll just go like this and go flying past the ball.
Yeah.
You can't slow yourself down. So that's an integral part of all mechanics, but to slow yourself like this as you carry the ball like this or whatever. So yeah, that's a cool area exercise. I just give players they need practice. I think that's everything I usually go over. You got your half foot stand, don't you?
Yeah.
Only thing I might say is get comfortable like diagonally hopping like that. So I'm not going fully back. So if I'm like, say, the ball's gone over my head, it's sometimes better to flip like this to land like that way instead of flipping like all the way back. And again, that margin of instead of having to turn that like after you land, you can turn in the flip itself by going like that.
It's called a
Yeah,
diagonal
and
half flip back. I don't think I've seen that before.
yeah, like if I'm here, for example, I don't want to half it like this, because again, look how I push me up onto the wall.
Yeah.
It's much better if you go like this, like that, and now look, I'm playing forwards this way.
Mm.
So again, absolutely micro change, but real difference maker if you can get it good. Um, Same for there's all sorts of cool stuff you can do where you can like cancel your flip. Oh, I didn't do that time. Um, no, I can't do it. What the hell? Uh, so we cancel and like land like that, and then you can like wave dash and go across the goal. That sort of thing. Mucking around with your cancel flips, and then you can do chain wave dashes on the wall if you know how to do those. But that's not. I would not recommend that trying to learn to do that because it's a bit useless unless you can do it consistently. But yeah, I think that's everything I've got to say. Oh, one more thing. Whenever you practice like breezy flicks, whatever, ceiling shots, practice without the ball. Practice getting the motion down really consistently without the ball. So it's real muscle memory. Same with getting to the ceiling. If you're trying to add spins or whatever, to learn this like a vample dash like that, I learned, and then you can play the ball. I did it without the ball. I practiced for a day, just flying onto the ceiling, getting a dash, and then playing the ball. The next day I'd use the ball. Same with the left side without the ball. Just practice getting onto the ball, dash, and then hit the ball, or massive pick it, whatever. So practice things without the ball.
Okay.
Get really comfortable getting to ceiling, making sure you keep your dodge, getting control, and then maybe the next day you learn to play with the ball. And same with the breezy flicks. Same with like I'd say not so like all flicks, but like certainly if you want to learn 45, just get the motion maybe like into your hands. Because like if somebody tries to just do a 45, they might just start doing that every time. So get that motion down. So maybe try playing out the ball sometimes when you practice things. But yeah, I think that's everything I've got.
Cool, man.
Any questions?
I don't think so. I think that really helped me narrow down some of the problems I'm having.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's all I've got in terms of wisdom. Don't think there's anything else. Hit me up on Discord. You can always message me if you have like any like questions or something that occurs to you randomly one day, or like in the server itself. There's people you can like just put in the coach in general with a question, and people usually answer or whatnot. And I'm happy to respond to like messages and whatnot. So any more questions, send them my way.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope you have a nice evening, my friend.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, I'll see you around.
See ya.